Today I'm here to inform you about Richard Murphy and his contributions to the terminally ill and to their families. Everyone has experienced a loved one's death. I'm sure most of you wish you could have done something more or made them more comfortable. Some families don't have the extra cash or insurance to help out when something tragic happens. What if I told you there is a resource that can cover the cost and even provide a home for a loved one who is terminally ill and decided to live his last days comfortably with no more curative treatment? After the research, I've gained respect and knowledge about how the Richard Murphy Hospice Foundation affected so many lives. Richard Murphy brought light to hospice care, created an establishment to house the terminally ill, and now has a foundation named after him, which has flourished. What is hospice care? Hospice care can be provided to patients with a life expectancy of 6 months or less and have opted to stop receiving curative treatment. Hospice steps in to help out patients, families, and members and their friends to care for their loved ones so their days, months are comfortable. Many patients would rather stay in a familiar place and remain as close as possible to their loved ones. One may choose to receive care at home or in a facility, which we can all thank Richard Murphy for. In 1982, Richard Murphy, a local Hammond businessman, was diagnosed with terminal illness, cancer. Mr. Murphy wanted to spend his last days in a familiar surrounding and in the comfort of his home. Mr. Murphy, his family, friends, and medical team researched, learned, and sought out to establish the first hospice network in Hammond, Louisiana. After falling ill, Richard Murphy knew he needed to help others who would rather stay in their home for the last days of their life. For the ones who couldn't stay at home and did not want to spend their last days in the hospital, but couldn't afford or have the insurance to help out, this is why he created the Hospice House. Following the death of Mr. Murphy, the Richard Murphy Hospice Foundation was established to create a funding program for families of the terminal ill. The Hospice House was built and ran and ready to accept patients with open arms. The Hospice House, a private, non-profit organization that offered many services, which are certified sitters, specially trained volunteers. They have libraries, patios, full-size private suites, and all of that is managed by registered nurses. This house was solely built and ran to give everyone equal opportunity when deciding when and where to spend their last days. As of April 2018, they have provided care and comfort for 458 parents, patients, and families. Wondering how the foundation has funded and allowed this many patients to stay in their care? Well, time to get your best dress and your best shoes out, because when it comes to fundraising, this foundation goes all out. One of the biggest fundraisers they throw is the Richard Murphy Hospice Gala. Every year, a date is set and a theme is chosen. This year, 2018, the theme was Looking Through the Looking Glass, inspired by Alice in Wonderland. So this dress is actually the dress that I wore to the Hospice Gala this year, Through the Looking Glass. It is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. You have the option to either dress up as a character of Alice in Wonderland, which a lot of people came as like the Mad Hatter or Alice herself, or you could just be formal or semi-formal and just get dressed up. You know, it's not a strict dress code. They just appreciate every person who buys a ticket and who donates something to their foundation. Anyone can sponsor the gala or donate items to be held at the auction. This year, a few examples of what were held at the silent auctions and regular auctions, and they even have drawings. You can buy tickets and they'll draw and you can win a prize that way. Some of the things that were auctioned this year are boats, cars, golf carts, paintings, sculptures, ice chests, and gift certificates. To enter the Hospice Gala, you have to pre-purchase a ticket that starts selling months in advance, and they're $125 a person. With that $125, this includes live music, catered food from all the local restaurants in Hammond, and a ton of fun for such a remarkable cause. The purpose of the Richard Murphy Foundation and the Hospice House is to provide a safe and comfortable haven for hospice patients who are without a primary caregiver or is at risk in their current home environment if such a home exists at all. As the Richard Murphy Hospice mission says, the foundation is to ensure that everyone who has a desire for hospice care will receive the care they deserve during their final days.